so much worse. It's amazing how worse I've gotten within the span of a single day. But, I don't know. Slept through literally the apocalypse. It's not really the apocalypse. It's more like the pre-apocalypse. Would that be the right wording? Whatever. But slept through all that shit. So I'm gonna watch similar things unfold within a video game. With a throat full of glass, like a disease, I wanted it alone. Can't stop the pain. Excusez-moi, pardon la vacherie. Already.
Watch your back, hostile sharp. Continuous, please, and engage.
It's like they keep starting me off with this low-ass health.
Confirmation it nearly fucking crashed, over. Tornado 5, losing altitude. Easy. Work off. Individual number 8 at that previous zone tower. We're losing it.
Let's go and try out words.
Get us a strike in here, pronto,
Already,
Red Cloud.
bitch? Jesus.
Strike team tallied up. You are on point.
Acknowledged. We'll escalate. As marked.
Reporting for duty, Red. Ground fire clearance.
I'm just gonna skip this because this is better.
Firing now.
Why can't you just leave me alone?
Shots reporting no damage on target, over. Control's gone. Control is gone. We are spitting out. We are spitting out. We're good. Stay on target. Multiple hits. Continue it. This is that hitchhike. Pull the fucking stick.
Lovely.
Assess and report.
I'm obviously not flying that. But yeah, we're gonna go over here to this little, I don't know what they call it, but usually it means like toxic or something. So the toxic logo, try it out because I don't think I've ever tried it. So, and you know, little points I need for leveling up. So, and it could be fun. But yeah, I'd ask how everybody's day was, but so we know what kind of day it was today. I was trying a little bit, sketching really. I really should stop sketching out new drawings before I start. But before I start a new project, because I really should finish pre-existing things I'm working on. It's a problem. Jesus. It's like I've been sick times within the span of a fucking month, and I don't even go outside. Let's. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is there's a helicopter, right? So we're gonna go to the helicopter. Let's get their attention. Go to it. Hijack it. Because it's really hard to do these hives without a vehicle. So this hive will be rendered useless.
Roger. Warm up the track. We're rolling in. Damage check. Full report. Pronto.
We have strike permission.
Package play is active. By the numbers, field team.
Requesting strike package. Repeat. Requesting package. Over. John 3 from aviation. Put up some smoke to business on blues. Do you copy?
Yeah, that stuff is really easy.
That looks good.
Now let's just go around and collect these. Because I think they're, yeah, they give me, they might be a lot more than the usual amount.
Target's still moving. Never seen that before. We nearly took that one. Stabilize and reform on target zone. Over. Sustained heavy damage. Systems failing. Hard to tell. It's right off our left. Left low. Our bird is on him, Roger. Engaging at this time. Pull it together! Pull it up!
Oh, I got two of them with a single helicopter?
We're hit. We're hit. I don't see. What do we got back there? Mayday! 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 We're not...
You know, so another one of those was relatively easy. I might as well do it. But I'm sure they are different for each one.
Echo 1 Alpha has lost the target. Over.
Yeah.
Chalk 3, Red Crown. Hostile
I got
dark.
some
Over.
new Blu-rays in that my brother ordered for me for Christmas. The Vengeance Trilogy by Arrow Video.
Semi-tactical.
It's got some great artwork. The artwork is hand painted, but
Security teams in place. Fire base. Ready for action.
it's hand painted artwork. There's no butt there, really. It's hand painted, and it's really good. I really like it.
Thank you, Red Crown. I am initiating strike run.
That's the word I'm looking for. Let me read this real quick. Yeah. And if you don't know what the Vengeance Trilogy is, it's a series of movies about vengeance stories with characters being wronged or something, and they have to get revenge on the person who did it. I've only ever seen Old Boy. It's got Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, I think, and then Lady Vengeance and Old Boy. I've only seen Old Boy. I've only ever heard about the other movies, and I've been meaning to see them, so buying this was a smart choice.
Request strike on target 200 meters north.
Son of a bitch.
Ranger 27 Bravo has been hit. Full ahead, full ahead. Get us out of the red zone.
Done. But yeah, Old Boy is a really good movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It's about a man who gets kidnapped and then in
Get those
prison
people
for
air
15
support.
years without any real reason being given to him. And he eventually gets out and sets out to get revenge on the person who did it.
Not down. Repeat, not down.
It's a really good movie. It's very... what's the word? Asian cinema? Doesn't make it bad. I love Asian cinema.
This'll be the third today. More fuel than
But I know a lot of
ever.
people,
Pull the trigger.
it's not their cup of tea. I'd say at least give it a shot, you know, the good ones a shot. But, it's based on a manga, and the manga has a very similar presence, but,
Still in the fight, we're still in it.
the main character is different, and the reasoning for him being in prison is different. And the movie is better. A lot of people typically, when things are adapted from books and stuff, the book is usually always better. But not in this case. Some of the changes are very smart. Like the book's outcome and stuff is very anime, you know, manga. Like the person who imprisoned him has a very strange reason, and it's super Japanese.
Negative at the rear of the
Old
building.
Boy is
Standing to the chase.
a highly influential movie for a fight scene it has, and it's like it's a hallway fight scene, and it directly inspired the Daredevil hallway fight scene.
Secure base is online, Red Crown.
It-
Waiting tactical. Out.
It's really good. It's like every hallway fight scene you see now is directly inspired by Daredevil that was directly inspired by Old Boy. Okay, we get some good shit out of it, which I appreciate. Daredevil was great. I miss it. Hopefully we get continuation that doesn't fuck up the story.
Weapons hot. Jungle.
Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say because I feel like there's a tank. We're gonna take this tank. Even though I would prefer a helicopter, because obvious reasons. I don't know. Make do with what you can get. Hopefully this thing's not that far. But yeah, like there was a lot of rumors. Like there was a rumor that Daredevil is gonna show up in the She-Hulk show as a cameo, and that he's going to be strictly comedy relief.
We have a package request. Pass uphill.
And my thought process is Kevin Feige
Romeo
is
Charlie off, engage package
making some
protocol.
dumb decisions
Deploy,
lately, but
Ricky
he's not
Dick.
that dumb.
Support to Chalk 3.
At least I don't think.
620. Confirm target
So-
coordinates. That looks civilian. Over.
I think
Gunner hit stable.
we'll be fine.
Stable. Blackjack, those taking hits. Still functional. Over. Hit it again.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be comedy relief. I think there will be some jokes, but it's not gonna be just him being shot on. Hopefully not. Hulk, on the other hand, will most likely be shot. Because I'm pretty sure Bruce is gonna show up in it, because he can't get his own movie or show, so he's got to show up in someone else's. Sucks, because we missed out on a lot of interesting Hulk storylines that we should have gotten. Sucks. Where he was heading was very interesting. And they did Smart Hulk, which is not terrible, but it's also like you were building up and foreshadowing all this crazy cool shit with him that we just never got. Like, I remember when theories and speculation about Thunderbolt Ross being in Civil War was that we were going to eventually get Red Hulk, and then we would have that storyline with Hulk. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be so cool, and it would tie together with how he was acting in Age of Ultron. You know, he's sitting there being fearful that, you know, he can't have a relationship because he's the Hulk. You know, and that he doesn't want to hurt Natasha. And it's clearly coming from a place where he has experience hurting people. But in the comics, I believe Red Hulk comes about because Bruce, as Hulk, accidentally kills or inadvertently kills Betty Ross, Thunderbolt Ross's daughter. So Thunderbolt Ross, out for revenge and shit, makes himself into the Red Hulk. Spoilers, oof, sorry. But they announced that he was, or casting leaks showed that he was going to be in Civil War, and everybody was like, oh shit, this is going to be great. Obviously nothing really happened with his character. He shows up in Infinity War again, and there's a moment where, you know, Hulk's in the room with, while he's on call and some shit, you have this chance to have these interesting character moments, and you just don't get it. And that's what Hulk's been recently, and I'm not happy. It's like you have a lot of these moments of awesome character development, like missed opportunities and shit. Like, what else? Like the relationship with Black Widow kind of just going unfinished.
Suspect is on the run. Please acknowledge.
Which makes me super angry.
Pull back from the search and be ready to move. RC out.
They had shot a scene, and I think they, you know, you can see it, it's a deleted scene, where they talk briefly about everything. And it's whatever, we didn't get it, ultimately, in the movie, which was a fucking downright shame. There's a lot of unresolved shit with him, and now, spoilers for Endgame, Black Widow's dead, and he's not gonna ever have that. And that was one of the things I actually liked about Age of Ultron. I know a lot of people don't like Age of Ultron, but I like it. It's actually one of my favorite Marvel movies. It has its obvious issues, but it's not as bad as, like, Thor: The Dark World, you know? I think Ultron in that movie was kind of a fucking letdown, because Ultron in the comics is so much more than what he is in the movie. So more interesting, so much more interesting. He can look scary, and if you see concept art for him in Age of Ultron, he looks fucking scary. I you know, you have inklings of that in the movie where he looks somewhat scary, but it's not what it could have been, and that's what I hate. And that's what I hate a lot about some of the Marvel movies, you know. There's a lot of potential for all these other great stories that we just ultimately don't get. Like Spider-Man, like, is a massive letdown for me. I know a lot of people love Far From Home, a lot of people love Tom Holland and fucking Homecoming. It's like, I enjoy those movies. I think they're enjoyable movies. I could watch them all the time and enjoy myself. But to sit there and say, oh, they're great, they're the best Spider-Man movies, no. And I know some people are probably doing roll their eyes. Oh, Spider-Man 2 is the perfect Spider-Man movie. I think Spider-Man 2 is the perfect fucking Peter Parker story. You know, I think Tobey Maguire was a perfect Peter Parker, but terrible Spider-Man. He never really did, like, he wasn't really quippy. You have moments where he tells jokes and shit, but he's not what I know Spider-Man to be. But,
Strike team data uploaded.
it just felt like a massive disappointment with
Prepare to deploy strike team.
Down to our friendlies. Tornado 5 approaching.
a lot of the movies. Because I was actually watching someone play the old Ultimate Spider-Man game, and it kind of made me realize some things. This was in the Let's Play. He was talking about what's it called? Miles, because Miles is from the Ultimate Universe, and how Miles is kind of let down in the comics. He's a letdown, I'll be honest. I think Into the Spider-Verse's version of him is vastly superior. It just was making me think about Homecoming and how they steal, like, Ned's character in Homecoming is just Miles' best friend Genki from the comics. He's literally just stolen from Miles. And then I thought about it some more, and I'm like, well, actually, that entire movie, the Homecoming movie, like, Peter's character in some of the story moments is just Miles' shit. Like, Miles, some of the better stuff in the comics with Miles that a lot of people like, from what I hear, is the mentor stuff with Peter. Peter from alternate universe eventually comes into the Ultimate Universe where they have some mentoring type shit similar to the Into the Spider-Verse movie. Some people actually really enjoy that. I would rather Miles try to stand on his own 2 feet. In the movie, in Homecoming, you have a lot of that where it's just Tony mentoring Peter. And I think that's one of the big problems I have with those movies, is that Peter and Spider-Man don't feel like their own characters. They feel like they're so dependent on other people, like Iron Man, and the story literally being stolen from fucking Miles. I think aspects of Homecoming, like him doing friendly neighborhood things, that's perfect. That's Spider-Man, that's Peter Parker. That's great. I think the Vulture stuff is great. I don't like the Washington Monument stuff because it's out of the friendly neighborhood, you know? It's in a completely different place. And it opens up a lot of story discrepancies, like the fact that
Not down. Repeat, not down.
Spider-Man is in Washington, D.C.
Got gun on sight.
And Peter's friends don't really question it except for, like, Michelle, you know? Of course, Michelle in Far From Home spoilers points it out. It's like, hey, you know,
Red Cross, tornado 5, losing altitude.
you gotta admit, you know, obviously I'm gonna think you're fucking Spider-Man when your ass is in Washington, D.C.
We're still good to go.
But, I also don't like Michelle.
But incomplete fire mission.
Like, I remember when it was being speculated that Zendaya was gonna be Mary Jane,
Continuous, please,
and a lot of people were like, oh, well, Mary Jane's white and, you know, a redhead. I'm like, yeah, I would prefer accuracy, you know, I want comic accurate Mary Jane. But then people were like, oh, well, look at Zendaya with red hair, you know, it could work. And I'm like, no, it could work. Because Zendaya's a very attractive person. You know, Mary Jane's whole thing is that she's out of fucking Peter's league, you know? And I was behind it. I was like, you know what, if they could give her red hair, because she did dye her hair red for a brief period, and everybody was like, oh shit, she is Mary Jane. That was making me a little hopeful. But then you watch the movie and she's so not Mary Jane. But she's only Mary Jane by name, and it kind of just ruins that whole thing for me. And you also have we had like leaked photos or something with one of the actresses, I believe Betty Brant. She looks exactly like fucking Gwen Stacy from the comics, and me and a lot of people are like, oh shit, we could be getting Mary Jane, or Gwen Stacy, this is fucking great. Nope. It's like, I don't like that that's happening a lot lately, where, you know, everybody is like, oh yeah, Mary Jane and Peter, that's the shit. Right? Yeah, that's the shit. Right? But Gwen is such an integral part to Peter's life that it's like, or Gwen is such an integral part of Peter's life to a lot of the shit that he does after her death, that it's like, to completely get rid of her kind of ruins it, you know? And like, Spider-Man PS4 kind of does it, and, you know, it hurts the game a little bit for me. That's still a very definitive Peter Parker / Spider-Man game for me. Like, that's Peter, that's Spider-Man. I feel that throughout the entire game. Sorry. But Homecoming kind of just shits on Mary Jane and the importance of some aspects about her character and how she looks visually. And when I say visually, I don't mean all black or white. I mean like red hair and just mildly attractive. That's what I mean. And same thing with Gwen. You know, Gwen's death is a massively important part of Peter's life. I think that happens, you know. And they even changed Liz, I believe. Liz in the only depiction of Liz that I'm familiar with is Liz from the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, where she is a Spanish, I don't know what she is exactly, but I know she's Spanish, but in the movie, she's black. And it's like, alright, okay. But then they also changed Mary Jane, or they even shot Michelle, because Michelle, I believe, is her name in the movie is also the name of a character from the comics who is also Spanish. Zendaya can pass as Spanish in my honest opinion, so but it's still kind of, you shot on two characters in the process of making Michelle one character who I believe is one of the female Spider-Mans in the comics, you know.
Vision block down! Vision block down! That's a hit! Check for hull damage, over!
My perception with the Marvel movies, though, is that a lot of the earlier stuff is like fucking perfect. Minus like Thor and shit. Some people would say Iron Man 2 is shit. I'm of the boat that actually kind of likes Iron Man 2 a little bit. But it's called.
Locked and firing. Clear.
A lot of the earlier Marvel stuff is super mature.
Send strike package. Uploading coordinates.
Which
We'll
I
advise on
like.
strike package,
You
over.
know, you have literal people dying and all this other shit in that movie and in the earlier movies.
We need target coordinates.
I feel like Endgame was and Infinity War was trying very hard to go back to those roots, which I appreciate. Obviously, with how everything is going, I don't know if we're gonna ever go back to that. You know, like Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness has me super concerned. I was hyped for it back when they announced the movie and what it was going to be, and then the director left, and then hearing news about it, and it's just like literally they recently announced that they hired a Disney Channel actress. When you hear that, you're like, oh, like somebody like Demi Lovato and shit. It's like, yeah, they're Disney Channel actresses, or like they were Disney Channel actresses at one point, but they're older now, you know. I'm talking like a fucking 12-year-old kid from a Disney Channel show and shit, playing a usually depicted as mature female character who is also lesbian, and by casting her as this younger girl, you're kind of going, well, we can't do some of the more mature aspects of that character now because she's only like 12, and we can't do the lesbian aspects because she's 12. And like people's perceptions of like having kids kissing other kids in movies is can't do that anymore, right? So it'd be a little bit wrong to have that happen if her sexual orientation isn't, you know, towards girls, and have her go, well, this character does it, so you gotta do it. How about we just I would have preferred if they had hired her and made her a mature, or hired a mature actress for it, if they were gonna do that shit. But what else? What else am I a little scared of with it? Oh yeah. So back when we were getting news for it, you know, when the director was talking about it, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be a horror movie. It's gonna be great. Everybody was excited, like, oh shit, Doctor Strange, a horror movie? Maybe we get all the shit that I wanted the first Doctor Strange movie to be, you know? But then you had Kevin Feige coming out and saying, like, it's gonna have horror elements. Whereas the director was saying, no, it's gonna be a horror movie. Kevin Feige saying, it's gonna have horror elements. So they were just contradicting themselves, and, you know, when the news broke that the director was gone, obviously everybody was like, oh shit, what does this mean? And the director said it was over creative differences. People started to look deep into Kevin Feige's, you know, contradictions with the director. It's like, okay, so the director wanted it to be a straightforward horror movie, but Kevin Feige wanted it to have horror elements and also adhere to what they want to do with the Marvel movies. And what I mean by that is, because WandaVision's going to connect to Doctor Strange, and she's going to be a Doctor Strange too, and then Doctor Strange, and if all the multiverse shit is correct about the Spider-Man 3 movie, Doctor Strange is going to be in there. So they're just doing a bunch of multiverse shit at the expense of these characters, because they want to do these mini Avengers movies like Civil War was, you know? Except that's Civil War. Like, I'm fine with something like Thor Ragnarok, you know? Well, you can argue Thor Ragnarok is also a Civil War type-ish movie. I don't think so. Yeah, it has the Hulk in it. And it has Doctor Strange in it briefly. Very briefly. Like, I'm fine with other Marvel characters showing up like that. Like, we've always gotten that. We had that with Black Widow in Iron Man 2. We had that with Hawkeye in the first Thor movie. You have those instances because that builds out the greater universe, but you're not taking away the time from the main character of the fucking movie to sit there and go, okay, well, who are you, America Chavez? I think is her name. I think your name is America Chavez. She's the character that the Disney Channel actress is going to be playing in the Doctor Strange 2 movie. It's like, you're going to have to introduce that character, give some time to get to know that character, set up that character in another movie or TV show, which they are, because Young Avengers, which I'm not too keen on. There's just a lot of the next phase for Marvel stuff I'm super on the fence about. Like, WandaVision I'm excited for, Loki I'm excited for, Black Widow I've been excited for, been waiting for. But a lot of the other stuff I've been just not here for it, and that sucks. A lot of people have accepted that, you know, Endgame was kind of the end, you know? That's where we've been building to for the past, like, 12 fucking years. It's over. Let it be done. And I agree. You know, it's kind of... let it be done.
Wireless search parameters. Over.
I don't mind having all these other stories be done. Introducing these new characters and having this new overarching villain. You know, that's the Marvel Comics. You know, you have that in there. So do it. But it seems like they're doing it at the expense of just quality, I think. Just quality, and then to appease certain groups of people who don't really give a fuck about this stuff. Like, a lot of people shit on the Captain Marvel movie. I think it's an okay movie. I don't think it's the fucking second coming of Christ. I think it's an okay movie. Not the best Marvel movie, but an okay one. You know? I don't think it's Thor Dark World levels of shit. I think it's like the Ant-Man movies. They're alright. I think the Ant-Man movies are more enjoyable, don't get me wrong,
Strike
but
on field against strike on field.
in terms of like how they
Strike
feel.
ball. You have the ball. Make the play.
And it's kind of like they knew
Strike package. Do you
people
copy?
didn't really give a fuck.
Support overhead. Marines
Because
see various targets. Can you
they
measure the hostile
sandwiched it
force
in
over?
between Infinity War and Endgame, as if they knew, well, people are only going to watch this if they feel like they have to. And that's basically what it was.
That's good. Feeling the fight, we're
And it took
still
them
in
a while to announce Captain Marvel 2. Because it got a lot of backlash from people who didn't like it, and who don't like, you know, a lot of the political shit pertaining to it. But they also got some backlash from fans of stuff from the comics. Because I believe Photon, Monica Rambeau, I don't know much about her character, other than that I believe she is the original, she was the first female Captain Marvel, I believe. And that she's one of those characters that can stand on her own, but in the movie, she's kind of, when you meet her in the movie, she's a fucking kid. And she looks up to fucking Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. So they're setting up her as this character that can't stand on her own, and a lot of people are just like, well, what the fuck? She is more than this. And I agree, you know? But, where was that? Yeah. I've been talking a lot. It's whatever. Like, my interest in the future stuff is very,
I need to find the hunter that took Dana.
This hunter you're looking for seems to be a variant of the species. It fulfills a leader role. The other hunters take cues from it. If you can find and consume a leader, it may give you indications where the focus of the virus is.
My only concern right now is Dana. Leader hunters. I know the one that took Dana. If I can find him, then I can consume him. Then I can find her.
like, I have a vague interest in the Falcon Winter Soldier series, but I already know what it's going to potentially be about, you know, because it's based on the comics, and in the comics, let me check my grades. In the comics, you know, the government denies Falcon the, what's the word I'm looking for? They basically tell Falcon that he's not the new Captain America because he's black. In the original comics, that's the reason, I believe. So they end up getting this other guy to be the new Captain America. Obviously, he's white. I'm like, well, now it's just gonna be a race thing, and it's like, well, it's accurate at least, you know. And like I said, enough weird, but it's gonna be a race thing, and I was watching the earlier Captain America movies that got to Winter Soldier. And it was interesting because Sam's character in that is like, he didn't really, he was retired from the military. He only becomes the Falcon again because Captain America asks him. There's some interesting things that you can do there by making it to where he doesn't really want to be Captain America or the Falcon, you know? And he's only really doing it because Captain America asked him to. And he starts to have that fucking character dilemma of just, well, is this even something I really want? You know? And that can be interesting. They're not going to do it, probably. They're just going to do very obvious race issues.
Red Crown, we sighted High Fry Tango, reroute strike.
Which is whatever. I was curious about who the main villain is, and my friend was just saying, oh, the government, obviously. It's like, oh, well, that's boring.
Taking a beating here, OSB. Continue engagement, over.
What I'd like, I was thinking, like, oh, Armin Zola can come back, and you know, Armin Zola is a fucking
Red Crown,
literal
confirming
Nazi.
deployment of strike package. Over.
You know, he's an AI Nazi.
Granted,
Let's
send
do
the
that.
strike
That'd be
package into the
fun.
kill box.
Air support on deck, over. 0-8, give.
You have your politics, but I don't think we're gonna get that. So, because you know, Baron Zemo is gonna be in it. I'm excited because I feel like
Weapons hot, target highlighted.
when they were announcing, oh yeah, Baron Zemo is gonna be in the movie or in Civil War, I was like, oh shit, Baron Zemo, fucking right, that's cool. And he ended up being alright. Not really his character from the books. And he's gonna be back in Winter Soldier in a comic accurate suit-ish, comic-ish, accurate-ish, shit. Accurate-esque, you know. He's gonna have the purple balaclava, the fucking mask. And maybe a crown? Tiara? But, yeah. Like, I'm vaguely interested. Not necessarily in politics, but, you know, sometimes you gotta take what you get.
Red Crown deploying a heavy to your locale. Stand clear, over. Strike package, report to the kill zone.
Tornado 1 to ground. Shake 'em loose, boys.
Son of a bitch.
We're hit. We've been hit. It's okay. We're good. Quebec Romeo, report 6. Control's gone. Control is gone. We are spinning
So I'm trying to focus. This fucker needs to get off my dick. Go grab this car, just eat it at him.
Something's wrong. I can't. Why can't I break him like the others? This isn't working. Maybe Raglan can tell me what's different about the leaders.
Requesting strike package. Bravo.
Yeah. I say but yeah and but a lot, so but a lot. Scared I wake up.
Engaging hostile.
The
Package request confirmed. Sending Delta Team to your 20, over.
Confirmed. Wait for the strike team.
Air element with priority target marking for Sierra Papa. Bunch it good, over. Marines from Tornado 7-9er. We're here and looking to engage. I say again, looking to engage. Big Tornado 7 going down hard. Tornado 1 took some flag, but we'll be fine. Thunder 1 going down, nose in.
not
Gotta
too
drive
bad.
this thing to some place where Raglan can take a look at it.
Fall in with search tactics. I'm calling it off. Abort search.
Pretty good. Pull up a leash.
This is Red Crown. News has faded. Fall back and await further instruction. Over.
Gotta get his attention back.
Weapons hot, we are go for engagement. Ranger 2-7 negative on contact. Over. HQ, that's a no-go. Lost.
That body slam proved to be more fun than the fucking kick. The kick was so expensive for some reason. Token!
Alone at last, huh? You just stay right there.
Okay. Business as usual. Let's see. Though I probably do it a lot. I'm close to that. Yeah, I'm pretty much almost done with all the important shit. think that's the kick that it refers to. Let's see.
I got him. Wait. Nope. Negative. Negative. I don't got...
Boss, something just caught my eye.
Let me go.
You were saying something? I think so.
Bravo fire team to Red Crown. We have located Zeus.
Yeah, looking shit, bud.
We are dark status on primary target. Over.
That was some fun shit.
The leader hunter I've examined is only resistant to your assimilation abilities. You need to weaken it first. It has 2 brains and 2 spinal columns. Break both backs, and it enters a recovery state. During this time, it's vulnerable to consumption. Strange. This almost seems like an adaptation to your methods. Use the leader we've captured. Subdue and consume it. Then find and consume the one who took Dana. It should reveal her location.
I feel like I'm connecting to something. I'm tuning in.
This big ass truck for this one dude. Oh shit. Let me out. Losing connectivity.
These things seem feral, instinctive, but organized. A hive mind. If I can tap into their stream of thought, then it's possible I could find Dana. Maybe Elizabeth Green.
Give me a second. This will be my last mission.
Combat station. Combat station. Red Crown, we are locked and loaded. Over. Damage check. Full report. Pronto. Steel team, create some space for the armor. Over. Chalk 3 is on the target. Deploy fire team to this location. We will maintain. Over.
Sending strike package to your vector. Stay clear of target zone, over.
Strike assets deploy on my signal. Mark.
Tornado Hotel Niner to Chalk 3. Bird dog 'em for me, Marine. Mark friendlies with IR. Over.
Not what I wanted.
We took one. Looks minor. Head ground, we're going in. Request SAR. SAR, immediate.
Wait, no, not what I was going for.
Shooting. Roger, coward. Taking hits here. Sustaining damage.
So many minds at work. All talking, all dying.
That leader knows where Dana is. I know where he is. That's too bad for him.
Tornado 5 coming in on attack vector 9-0. Clear target. Attack failed. Target is still standing.
last hard sweep.
Killbox, Void. Abort and return. Strike status neutral, over.
Strike Boss, RTB.
I can feel it. I'm close to the one that took Dana.
Give me a second. Sorry about that.
Dana. She's in there.
That's confirmed here, Command. You're gonna need something heavier to pierce this material.
Bravo team, we have heavy armament coming your way. Pull back to the fireball perimeter and await reinforcements.
If the Blackwatch have hardware that can crack these hives apart, I could use it to reach Dana. Let's check it out.
Okie doke. This is the end of this stream. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna save right quick. Okay, well, goodbye for now.